I'm, okay.
There we go. It's another Monday here with Mike and Joe here on the Joe Quill Show. Mike, you
Joe?
made it back.
Yes, I did.
I mean, some people are saying, why do you bring them on every Monday? And I say, because I do. That's why. Trying to mix things up.
We tried.
Yeah. And for those that are watching, I'm aware of the echo. If you hear it, I tried something different, and that's not the reason for it. So we're definitely going to be working on it. It's Mike's only here one night a week. This is a temporary thing because eventually he will be live from Philly adjacent, as I like to call it. Because I told you the story about me when I met um, Andrew Perloff, aka McLovin, formerly of the Dane Patrick Show, right?
I believe so, but tell me again.
Well, one guy who was helping out with Bleacher Brothers and Tony Bruno, even though it's more Tony Bruno, um, he goes, "Yeah, well, I'll have you meet him." So I go busting his balls because, just to let you know, because you went to Lower Merion and you lived in Lower Merion, that's Philly adjacent. That's not Philly. And if you find that tweet and you find um, that Instagram post from last February when I was in Vegas for the Super Bowl, Um, strictly coincidence I wore the shirt today. It's not anything to do with McLovin or anything like that, but or Pearl, whatever name he's going by this week, whatever nickname, because um, I give him a bunch of shit just for shits and giggles. But
Makes sense to me.
yeah, so and we'll have Mike give me shit for a bad Breeders' Cup weekend, and also going 0 for 8 for 8 in my Philly fade pick. So if you faded my picks, congratulations. You got a shit ton of money. And me, I am just this. And Mike, I know you can't hear that, but you know what I probably played, right?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Mike can read me like a book. So, but anyways, I got a lot to talk about here. The Saints, they made a move. Uh, Eagles might not have a shot here because Dak Prescott is out.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Well, we'll talk about that first. I mean, we'll talk about one of the things that he said yesterday.
Okay.
Um, and Christian McCaffrey returns to practice here. Let me see if I can pull it up here because um, Mike is son's earphones tonight. It's all part of the test here, but I think I know what the problem is. It's just that we started and, fuck it. Let me see here. All right. And this is, I got this from John Boy Media, but I originally saw it yesterday from Crossing Broad, uh, the Philly uh, local sports night. You know how everybody has their sports night, just
Yes.
like us at Bleacher Brothers. But um, hopefully you guys will be able to see this here. Let me do this. And apparently, and I'm going to get rid of us there for a second. And of course, somebody had to chime in with screaming A there. Yeah, it's the only redeemable quality about Screaming A is that he hates the Cowboys. Now, you know what he said because of the whole comment there up top of him, but watch what he says. If you can read lips, I apologize that there's an F word involved. If you're sensitive to the F word, because we are going to be mentioning the other F word when we talk about Jason Kelsey, but I'm warning you about that ahead of time. But um, here was Dak on the sideline near the end of the fourth quarter yesterday. This was probably when Pam Oliver, Mrs. Steven Tyler, was talking, but we don't hear any sound. It's just him. You just got to read lips. You see that?
Yep. He's right.
Yeah. Well, now if Jalen Hurts had done something like that, he would have been ripped a new asshole. Now I don't know if he actually got any flack for the Cowboys, but
He should have. He should have.
yeah, but you remember Alec Boehm did something similar 2 years ago. Remember?
Yes, he did.
He said, "I hate this effing place."
Yes, he did.
And every time the Phillies had a clinch celebration in the locker room, what do you think of Philly? I love this place. But he knew he was going to get that question a million times afterwards now. But also got some news from Bob Nightingale about him and a couple other Phillies that may be a bit surprising, may not be surprising, but we'll find out. Just give you just the Clip Notes version of that because I didn't find the article, but uh, we'll talk that more of that. We'll also talk about Joel Embiid. Um, you know, you guys know what happened. I'll give you my 2 cents on it because you know apparently I couldn't find the article, the smoking gun article. Probably it's embedded in another article that I couldn't find, but we'll get to that. And uh, Jason Kelsey, he also got into an incident at Penn State, and we totally support Jason Kelsey because we had Buffalo Wild Wings tonight, and that's one of the people that sponsor it.
Yes.
So we support Jason Kelsey,
Yes, we do.
even though I don't agree with um, um, Buffalo Wild Wings bashing Philly like 10, 15 years ago on Twitter about Santa Claus or some shit. I forget what it was, but you know, I think we booed. I think they said we booed Santa Claus. I said no, we threw a fucking snowball.
That's the difference in booing. Yes, it is.
But AJ, when we were up in the Meadowlands in May, um, I broke my rule about um, uh, going to Buffalo Wild Wings because it was one of the few things that was open at 9, 10 o'clock at night. We were there.
Sometimes you have to break the rules.
And Voltaire's in the chat here, and happy Sports Equinox Day. There's no baseball. You should know that as a Dodgers fan, the Dodgers won the World Series. But I'm kidding with you. But we're having fun.
Whoa there.
I'm not doing that in a bad way. We're just we're just. When Mike is here, we're even more loose with joking around than what I normally do. So
This is so true.
so, but but his Dodgers did win the World Series. So finally we can say that now the excuse for the Dodgers is he won a World Series against a manager who rivals Charlie Manuel for being a village idiot. Uh, the city is still in the championship high. I agree, and we would be too, even though
Yes, we would.
they decided not to expend Bueller. I didn't see that, but
Oh, I think I saw that.
yeah, I didn't see.
Yeah, I think I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it. But there was a whole lot of stuff that I was trying to find, and like I was finding the most important part. They Teoscar got extended. See, this is our LA correspondent here, our LA Dodger correspondent.
Mr. Hernandez is extended.
Yeah, but uh, Bueller's a favorite to be a Cub, or apparently he's a favorite. I guess that's about Bueller. But the one thing is with Walker Bueller, the way that they have um, like what they did it was like the previous collective bargaining agreement. You get a qualifying offer, and this year it's like 21 million. I forget. I read how they formulated it: top 50, top 25, whatever the number is.
Hmm.
But I was kind of trying to figure out. It's like $21 million this year, and I think, only one or two players have taken the offer.
Hmm. Trying to decide whether they want to.
And Voltaire also says, "Why, thank you. I mostly LA everything except for football. If I'm being honest, yeah, you know, I mean, the one thing is with football in LA is the fact that you went from 2 to 1 to 0. Then all of a sudden you get two teams, and you probably got the team that would have the hardest of the two other teams, because you had the Rams, you had the Raiders that wanted to go there, and you had the Chargers. Now, whoever chose what the second team was going to be, they chose the Chargers. Whereas the Raiders, I think that they could have sold out that stadium no problem, because of the whole LA Raider, LA Raider, Oakland Raider, black hole mystique that they have.
Well, didn't the Rams go from Rams, LA Rams to St. Louis Rams back to LA Rams?
hmm
Yeah.
They originally started in Cleveland,
Oh, they were the Cleveland Rams?
back before you and I were born.
Wow. That long ago,
Um, uh, and just so you know, Voltaire, I'm making a note of this. I can do this on Wednesday when I'm off. So, long messages in Streamlabs. Yeah, so I'll take a look at Voltaire, because I understand sometimes. I mean, there's some. Let me tell you, me personally, there is nothing more annoying than going one or two characters over the limit. Now, I don't know what he typed, so I apologize for that. It's just something I got to fix. And being off on Wednesday, hopefully we do have a president at that time, and hopefully we don't have chaos like I think there's going to be. But anyways, Voltaire also says, coworkers who wrote in. Uh, I have coworkers who wrote in Freddie Freeman as their voted for president this election. Well, I'm not going to tell you who I voted for. Now, the one thing I will tell you that did get me in trouble um, with my old French teacher, and I'm going to share my screen again. And you probably saw this profile picture change on Facebook. I didn't change it on Instagram. I didn't change it on X, because if I changed it on X, I wouldn't be able to stream on there tonight. Um, but there you see it. Vote for none of the above.
That would be great.
Whoops. Whoops, if I show it. There you go. Vote for none of the above. So what I did this year, what I did was I re-uploaded it, and I had to caption it. It's about that time of the year again. Note, this is sarcasm, because that way I don't have to explain that it's a joke. And it's in homage of Richard Pryor. Do you know the movie it was from?
Yes, I do. Bruce's Million.
Bingo.
I
So yeah. Um,
had to think about that for a second.
uh, have you all seen the Grambling State score? No, I haven't, but now I'm going to have to pull it up. Um, and the great thing with that is I can. Well, Radford beat Duke tonight. That's the women. Sorry. Um, Houston, the number 4 team in the country on opening night, is beating Jackson State 63-15 right now.
Ouch.
And I don't know who our fake sponsor will be, but uh, was it Grambling men or Grambling women?
He didn't say.
It had to be the women because
They don't play right.
the men play Southern University New Orleans, which I think is an NAIA school.
Okay.
But let me pull up the women. Uh, they played Centenary of Louisiana, and you put Centenary of Louisiana because of the fact that there is, and I bet you did not know this, there is a Centenary University in New Jersey.
Did not know that.
Mhm. I only know that because Holy Family, when I was there in the '90s, they played Centenary, New Jersey,
Oh, okay.
and they had the center that was like 7-2 and couldn't do a damn thing. That's why I was playing in an NAIA school or D3 or whatever it was at the time.
Hmm.
But like you said, they were up 91. They're up 91 to 9 at the half. They ended up winning 131 to 100, or 131 to 30. They won by 101 points.
We probably wasn't even that close.
Yeah. And probably what will happen is they will they will get. Let me see their schedule here just for shits and giggles. Um, the Lady Tigers play Arizona November 23rd. They play number 7 LSU on December 8th. They play number 17 Louisville on the 12th. Guaranteed they're going to have a 50 to 70 point loss to balance that 100-point win out.
Hmm.
But 131 to 131 to 30,
Wow.
101 points.
That's just embarrassing.
But you know what? Well, it's not the case so much with the smaller schools or the SWAC schools or the wickety wickety whack schools, but um, but like for example, a lot of these teams on opening night, like for example, if you look at the men's side, where I'm going to go back to here, even though we're not talking about that, and we don't mind going off script here. Like for example, Houston's playing Jackson State. Why are they playing? Besides, it's a free win for Houston.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay them a couple $100,000, take an ass kicking, and then go back home.
Yeah.
Uh, Iowa State's beating up on Mississippi Valley State. TCU's beating up on Florida A&M. Utah is having a tough time with Alcorn State right now. Um, Alabama State plays at UNLV tonight.
But I'm thinking the smaller schools playing the bigger schools, that's exposure for them in addition to
Yeah,
the money. They need that exposure. I mean, in order for them to grow, you need to
yeah.
play, blue blood schools.
And on top of that, you get money for playing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't find this game. Like, for example, here's another example. Even though you probably didn't get that much money because it's Drexel. Drexel played Division II Georgian Court and won 95 to 43.
Oh, Dragons.
Um, USC Lady Trojans took a victory in Paris today. Yeah, I saw that they had two games this year as opposed to the one. I didn't watch either one. It wasn't because it's women's sports. It was just I saw it on for like 5 minutes. I turned to something. Oh, I turned on the horse racing because I had the race from Finger Lakes today, and no winner.
We got to fix that. We got to get in the horse show. Oh,
Yeah, and I gotta. Well, tomorrow will be the finger as well.
hmm.
Wednesday will be Horseshoe Indy,
Okay.
fitting,
Yeah, true.
and Thursday and Friday right now are planned to be Aqueduct.
Okay.
Now it's not Belmont not Belmont at the Big A. It's just Aqueduct
Oh,
because they designate the part of the meet where the Belmont meet
hmm.
would have been run. So it's like we're running the Belmont races here, and then we're going to do this and blah blah blah. But so well, I lost my one fantasy team because my opponent had Jason Kelsey. Now he's already got 12 points. I think I was only up by 5.
Ah,
But you can tell we're all over the place here, and we even had a little update to my antenna. I call it the antenna TV now because that's what I use it for. You saw the little update that we did tonight on there.
yeah.
We had to add the Fox Sports app on there to view, just in case we're still here at 11 o'clock. We have racing from down under. Got the race that stops a nation in Australia. And I am going into my Twin Spires here, even though we're more of a fan of FanDuel for horse racing. I am going to do a blind wager. First, I'm going to check the offers here. Oh, okay. So there's nothing there. So I'll go to today's races. Race 7, 11 p.m. All right, I got to go with this one.
What
I'm
is it?
going. I'm going with Lucky 13 just for shits and giggles.
Okay.
One smooth operator.
I can see that. Does that number 5 horse?
What's that?
Is that number 5 horse?
No, it's a 13.
Uh-oh. You said it was 13.
And there's 23 horses running. The 10 is out, but and just to let you know, Mike, they do run the right way.
They do?
Yeah, there's some tracks in Australia that run the wrong way.
Right, yeah.
There's some that right the way. Some go clockwise.
Right.
Some go clockwise, which is the round way. Some go right way.
Okay, so they go right.
Yeah. So, uh-oh. You better watch your P's and Q's there, Mike. See, I don't have to worry about anything because, I'm not married.
Oh, man.
I've sworn off women for the most part. But, it's good sports all over the place. I miss my antenna TV. Yeah, all you got to do is just get an antenna. The one I got in my bedroom, I got that one off of Timo or however you pronounce it this week. I just there's an adhesive that comes with it. I put it right under the windowsill here.
That works.
Mm-hmm. But this one is an older antenna that I have here. But I kind of want to get an antenna that is kind of like the one I have in the bedroom, which you're not going to see because it's a pigsty in there.
Gotcha.
I mean, really bad. I mean, worse than what you've seen this area.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Do the horses get dizzy in Australia? Only when I give them beer. When I do the Toby Keith thing, there is a song on his album, the album with Courtesy of Red, White, and Blue. That song. He does a song with Willie Nelson called "Beer for My Horses."
Yeah.
So, I do. Yeah, if you give them beer, you
Yeah,
might.
it would be busy. Yeah.
Yeah. But but the reason why I have the antenna TV in the kitchen dining room area, just to let Voltaire know, running counterclockwise. Well, that's what they do here in North America. So if you were to turn on Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, Fox Sport 8, the Ocho, or actually that Australian race will actually be on FS2, but we're not worried about that yet. But the horses do run counterclockwise in the United States, and at Melbourne in Australia, they do run counterclockwise.
Hmm.
And And the one thing that if you had a daily risk informed program, which I know that you didn't because I didn't send it to you or anything, but I didn't know how heavy you were going to play or you're going to play at all because we didn't go out because I had Bleacher Brothers duty to
Right.
do, and I said duty by the way.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
but seriously, in the in the at least in the daily racing form, it might be in Brisnet as well. They will tell you that certain tracks are left-handed turns, which are the counterclockwise ones, right-hand turns, which are clockwise,
Right.
where Pat will say that their horses are getting dizzy running the wrong way.
Mhm.
Now, in Poland, they do run the wrong way.
You know what?
They run ass first.
I never. I think about it. We do run counterclockwise because this is running to the
Yeah.
left. You're right.
Yeah.
No, I mean you got they don't run right. I'm saying you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about it. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, but we don't see many. She's leaving us, so we can behave badly again.
MVP forever.
uh, oh, about MBB. Do you remember when? And we're half an hour into the show. We haven't gotten any of the stories done here. Who knows? We may not even get to any of these stories because we're just shooting the shit because this is what we love to do. Um, our boy Epi, remember he posted a sign. Well, the this was when we were still at Redacted Company
Uh-huh.
because we don't mention the company to protect me.
Right.
He had a sign that was up. He posted a sign up about moving the clocks forward or um, um, to move the clocks forward because back then when we were still in Delaware County,
Right.
we were still the clocks moving forward were still first weekend in April,
Right.
and it happened to land on April Fool's Day.
Mhm.
So, so the one thing I did, I was still getting the methods and trainings and those type of things
Right.
because of the fact that I had been management. I went back to being an operator.
Right.
I got that method and training, and um, he said I had it all set up where instead of where it said spring forward, fall back,
Right.
or no, spring forward, fall back. I had to do it because I try to mess with people and do spring back, fall forward.
Right.
What I did was I changed everything around on that because it was you were able to edit it. So I changed it to spring back, fall forward.
Right.
So I was going to have everybody move their clocks back. Now I don't know if it was you or somebody else said don't do it. Steve got into trouble because he posted. I guess it was around 2006 because I was briefly management in 2004, 2005, that range. They said don't do it. Steve got into trouble for saying the clocks went forward 2 hours.
Oh wow.
It might have been you. It might have been somebody else.
That was someone else because I had since left.
It might have been 2005.
Okay. I was still.
So I don't know if it was you that told me. I don't see. There's only a couple of people that I was sharing like my devious mind, my jokes.
I never told you that because the way we are, I probably did tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't you,
Mhm.
it was Alvin that told me not to do it
Okay.
because Alvin worked day shift just
Right.
like Steve did. So, but
That's
I
funny
mean,
though.
that is something Steve would do, and
It is.
it was definitely something I would do because back in 2006 we didn't have any security cameras in that building.
No.
Well, not on the third floor because
Yeah.
people. I mean, I mean, I
Yeah.
think the statute of limitations are up on this.
Mhm.
People were stealing shit in the building,
Yeah.
and I don't know what the union stance was,
Mhm.
but my stance was as long as it's not going towards the bathrooms, put up as many cameras as you want. I don't care because there wasn't anything in the hallways or anything like that. I think in the current office that we haven't been in 4 years, um, I think there is cameras around, but you know, at least not overtly seen,
Right.
if that is so. But yeah, we spent 40 minutes. We spent 32 minutes here. We've been doing the typical typical tangent upon tangent upon tangent. That's why,
It is like,
yeah. So so if you followed me, you knew I had a long weekend with you guys doing all the Breeders' Cup stuff, and Mike didn't join me. So uh, no, seriously, that's okay. Life get trust me, life gets in the way, and uh, who knows? Maybe Bleacher Brothers takes over Del Mar next year, but it is the same weekend of the year. It is Halloween weekend and stuff like that. But yeah, so it was fun doing that, and I just couldn't get any wins home, and I knew how the weekend was going to be right from the first race. Had a 25-1 shot. He came closing, but he could not get the winner.
yeah.
Yeah, and like I thought would happen, there was a course correction because on Saturday it was all favorites last year, except for no balls.
Well, it's always a correction. Balls.
So you did have a couple of long shots along the way, but anyway, so a little recap on that's the Cliff Notes version of the recap here because we're like 34 minutes in already. I don't care, I mean, we're not on the Bleacher Brothers Sports Network yet. It's supposed to be out next week, so we probably will have a hard out at 11 o'clock next week.
Okay.
So, but we'll see. But the big news today, um, you know, depending on how you feel, other than me even going 0 for 8 with my fade picks, um, and also me possibly being right, saying in a chat the other night, take the under in this game, and it's 10-7 at the half. If you're not watching the game, which why not? You should be watching over us anytime. Saints fired Dennis Allen today.
That's surprising.
Well, oh, you know what? I have to give myself another one of those. And now I know why. Now I know why Voltaire was telling me Happy Sports Equinox Day.
Why?
Because we are titled as Happy Sports Equinox Day on Twitch. So
Really?
yeah, because I'm a fucking dope.
I wouldn't say dope. I would think dope. I just wouldn't say dope.
Happy 1 week past sports equinox day. There we go. Now, Mike won't see it unless he goes onto his Twitch on his phone if he has it downloaded onto his phone. But trust me, I have changed it to Happy 1 week past sport. Kind of like last week when I changed my name to Tech Support Amateur or whatever it was.
Right.
I deleted that. I deleted that video
Yeah,
tonight
okay.
because I wanted to hear it for myself to see, because because I was telling AJ on Saturday morning before the show how I was getting an echo here and everything, and but I'm still hearing it. But if I hear it and I'm the only one who hears it, then I couldn't give a rat's ass. But um, but I just think that Lakers about to fall to the 2-5 Pistons. Well, also, my 76ers gave them their first win of the year, so I have to give the Sixers one of those as well. Well, not that one. Well, pretend I'm playing this twice because I'm not going to, but um, and I was going to play. I probably should have played Detroit with the 30%, that 30% boost I had because the one thing is with watching FanDuel TV on your cable systems,
Yeah.
because I know you don't have the Amazon Fire Stick,
Right.
because I have both.
Okay.
I had the Fire Stick because um, do some things here and there. I got one in the bedroom too.
Mhm.
Embiid is still out, and we're going to talk about Embiid in a little bit because he was behaving badly as well. Apparently, it was men behaving badly weekend, and me and Mike, who are the original men behaving badly from redacted company,
Right.
we didn't get the memo.
No, we didn't.
Otherwise, we would have been causing problems, even if he came over here and we were f bombing left and right with the races and shit like that. But but Embiid is still out. Paul George is playing tonight, I believe.
Yeah, they said he won. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's supposed to play tonight.
Yeah. So hopefully he will give the Sixers a good chance tonight on the road in Phoenix. But
We will see.
and the Phoenix, the arena there
Mm-hmm.
is right next to Chase Field.
Is it?
It's all in that downtown area.
Okay.
But but Embiid's going to be playing soon. But we'll get into that as well. But Dennis Allen, he gone. Now I predicted yesterday, and I'm sure Mike saw that, or he knows that I've been saying it for a while, that I was saying that Doug Peterson was going to be gone after yesterday's game because, they lost badly in London. They won the second game, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because they last 2 years they've been playing 2 games in London, one game
Right.
versus a team as a road team, and then they play the second game as the home team.
Right.
They even play in a different stadium and all that, and
Yeah, they did win the second game.
so they had. But the one thing I was saying is, if they don't fire him, well, they probably could have fired him after the second London game that they lost.
Mm-hmm.
They could have renamed the airport Heathrow Airport instead of Heathrow. Yeah. So, but they did win, even though it was the Patriots. But he ended up winning. But then they lost some more because usually they play better once they come back from London. But they were down 22-0, and they came back a little bit. But I think he might have saved his job for another week or two.
WP.
But Dennis Allen did not save his um, did not save his job today. And when you lose to the Panthers and you lose your seventh in a row, bye bye.
Yep.
And Kate Otten just scored a touchdown for Tampa Bay there. And the girl on FanDuel TV, Allie McCann, had him as one of her anytime touchdowns.
Okay.
And I went with her other one, Xavier Worthy, who
He's still waiting for us.
almost had one, but he was out of bounds. But 14-10 Tampa Bay right now. There's the extra point.
Did you hear that crazy stat about Derek Carr? He has lost almost. No, he's lost to 31 NFL teams,
He's the first person to do it.
and the only team he has lost to is the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
You know who normally plays next?
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I gotta pull this back up here. Hold
I
on.
have to see that at one of those, those weird sports diginos.
Yeah, so you may get the 32.
You might, yeah.
Now, Dennis Allen also, I saw this today, and I don't know where I saw it, so I can't give the credit to whoever it was, whether it was on Instagram or Facebook or on X or anywhere else. But did you know Dennis Allen got fired twice as the head coach? And his quarterback, his starting quarterback, both times was Derek Carr.
Oh. That's right, because he got fired with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I don't think he should have Derek Carr as his quarterback.
Yeah.
Whatever, job he gets next.
Or as I like to call him, Mascara Boy. Now, and of course, you'll be saying, "Oh, that's insensitive, and that's this, and that's that." If you look at his eyes, because his irises are so light blue, it looks like he has mascara on.
Oh, he needed highlights. He needs to highlight his eyes.
And I'm still trying to find that New Orleans. Where the hell?
I saw it earlier today on ESPN. News and ESPN. Yeah.
December 29th.
Okay.
A game that we will not see here in Philadelphia on Fox.
No, we will not.
Which we'll probably get Green Bay, Minnesota that day. And you know what is at 4:25 that day? With a whole bunch of games that have yet to be flexed into Saturday or Sunday or whenever.
That should be the Eagles playing Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, happy, joy. Give me a Christmas present.
Yep. And, I'm surprised. I'm sure we're going to start seeing this tomorrow, or I'll start seeing it tomorrow when I'm done work. I'm sure people are going to start complaining that Dallas and the Eagles in Dallas is going to be the prime matchup on CBS and not Fox.
I thought Fox would usually carry that game instead of CBS.
Well, they kind of gotten away from that.
Okay.
Well, a lot of the games, they will set it up for Fox, but what they do is they try to balance out the schedules as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have 3 shit games at once,
Right.
It's still 3 games on CBS and 3 games on Fox, or 3 and 4,
Right. Yeah.
something like that. They try to get it as even as possible. And, they like, for example, Thanksgiving, which the Saints are not partaking in.
Ah.
The first 2 games of the day are Chicago, Detroit, and the Giants and the Cowboys.
Think that Giants Cowboys in end of 0-0?
It might.
Although the Giants did show some fight yesterday.
And yesterday the Green Bay Detroit game. No, that was on Fox.
Yeah, that was Fox.
Well, Jacksonville and the Eagles, that would normally be in a CBS game if they went by the rules, but the rules don't apply anymore. They keep most of the games in the same network. They're not afraid of moving from Fox to CBS, but
CBS. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting so confused because I'm half Polish.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Voltaire. Feel free to lurk. We'll be here for a little while. We're still on our first topic here, and we're 46. But, this is why the audio, even if the audio is good for Monday night, I don't think I'm posting this because it's like, good luck figuring out what. But Dennis Allen is gone. The Saints won their first two. They haven't won since. They had a shitload of injuries, but special teams coordinator Darren Rizzi has been named the interim coach.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they said, Dennis is highly regarded in the NFL, blah, blah, blah. All the BS that they tell you.
Yep. So,
And this is the first midseason firing for the Saints since the late Tom Benson purchased the team in 1985.
wow.
Now, they did have two cases of, well, they did have one case where a coach resigned.
Did it?
Do you know who that coach is?
No.
He had not one but two memorable clips. One with the Saints, one with another team.
Oh, wait. Um, uh, the, the coach of Cardinals. He coached the Cardinals. Is that the one?
No,
Oh. Oh, wait a minute.
he didn't coach.
Moore. Jim Moore.
Yeah. Um,
What a test of my sports knowledge tonight. Q.
well, thank God that Google corrects my stuff,
Mhm.
because the one thing is, once I'm done work
Right.
in typing, I don't type very well, and I have to correct myself like 86 different times. I keep getting that update alert, connect to something, but I have no idea what this connect is. No, I don't want to connect that fucker. It's saying connect to S0008 or something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that TV. I don't know if it's that TV. I don't know if it's my. Um, I don't know if it's my other uh, my other tablet, which is a Samsung. I don't know if it's that or
Is it SO8? The girl that you met at the massage parlor 2 weeks ago? I think that was her name.
what's that?
I think that was her name. SO8. The girl at the Olive massage parlor. I think that was her name.
No, I think that was her weights, her listed weight for the WWE.
I can see that.
No, but seriously, I tried typing in Jim Moore Jr. real fast,
Mhm.
and thankfully, I mean, but he doesn't go by Junior, even though he is a junior.
It just hard. Yeah. That's the other guy I was trying to think about. Yeah. The playoff guy. Playoffs?
S0008 will like to pair to this Windows device. Do you want to allow this? No, because I don't know where it is. And if I'm going to connect to it, if somebody's trying to connect to my computer, my laptop here, which is a Samsung, you know, I think I'm going to find the most filed thing that I can find and then connect it.
I can see that.
I'm thinking maybe two girls, one cup.
Ooh, that's it.
I'm thinking two girls, one cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's something that hasn't. It's something that's come up all of a sudden over the weekend. I have no idea who it is. I mean, for all I know, it may be the neighbor across the hall. I don't know,
Hmm.
but I don't think. Well, this TV is TV Samsung Series 50,
Mm-hmm.
and the other TV, because the names are so similar, I changed the name of it
Right.
and I renamed it in honor of 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
I renamed it 55 because it's a 55-inch TV.
It is on the big. Yes.
So, but I don't know where it's coming from, but it's annoying me.
Tell them to stop anymore.
So if it's well, I don't think even I think the battery is dead on that, so because I haven't charged it, but I think it's all. But anyways, so Dennis Allen is gone. They went 2-7. He replaced Sean Payton as head coach in 2022, went 18-25. One player told ESPN, "It's a message that we heard loud and clear. We got to find a way to win." But you can't lose to Carolina.
That's true.
And also the fan base was clamoring for him to get fired, kind of like how the Eagles fans are still clamoring to get Nick
Serious.
Sirianni fired, even after yesterday,
Yeah.
going to 6-2. But a lot of fans left early from the Denver game when they lost 33-10.
Mm.
But he is gone. New guy taking over, and they might as well just tank for the number one pick.
Is Dennis Allen more of an offensive guy or defensive guy?
Allen was defense.
Defense. I can see someone another team picking him up there.
Probably he's a DC.
Yeah.
Maybe, because a lot of time, I mean, the Eagles haven't done this. They've gone offense for a head coach for the last 25, 30 years.
Yeah, we are.
Who did Andy Reid replace? Ray Rhodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last defensive head
He was,
coach.
yeah.
Then you had Andy Reid.
Right.
Then you had Chip Kelly.
Offense, yeah.
Then you had Doug Peterson.
WP, yeah.
And now you have Nick Sirianni.
Yep.
All offensive guys. So,
We'll see.
but I think Dan Quinn was in the running at the time for if not for Doug Peterson, for the Nick Sirianni. But yeah, I think that they weren't going to let him go to the Eagles. But
Yeah.
he was in there somewhere a long time. Or no, or I'm confusing with Gus Bradley. That's what it is. And we know how the Gus bus went wherever he went. No, but Dak Prescott will not be playing against the Eagles.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you say we have a chance?
Well, got to face Cooper Rush, but who knows?
Yeah.
But like Dak Prescott, he admitted it. We fucking suck. That's what he said about his Cowboys.
Yes, he did.
And sometimes the truth hurts, sometimes it doesn't. But he's expected to miss several weeks.
He'll miss that too. Yeah.
Several weeks
Yeah.
with a hamstring injury. Well, his new fiance can rub him down. Maybe Deshaun Watson can get him a couple of masseuses.
That's hard, man. Give recommendations. Yeah.
Now, if you have a 4-hour election, will I Love Massage on North 9th Street give you a free happy ending?
Me.
So, anyway, but CeeDee Lamb also had a sprained AC joint. Lamb's shoulder is sore, but the injury is not considered serious, and he may have a chance to play against the Eagles. So that'll help Cooper Rush.
It will help.
Micah Parsons might be back. Also, I forget where I saw it, if it was on X or on Facebook, or whatever. There was a video that said that they should trade Micah Parsons now. Blah blah blah. Sure, trade him today or tomorrow so that the Eagles don't have to face him.
Exactly.
But,
although they only have an identity, so we'll see what happens on Sunday.
And that identity is?
Run, my son, run for the sun.
Well, I thought you were going to say analytics, because that's what you were saying earlier.
Oh, that was something else. We're running now.
Yeah.
Running stuff like we've been saying for the past how long. Running sets up the pass. Running sets up the play action.
Yeah.
Running sets up that big throws to Devontae Smith. But you ran the ball.
And it also sets up Saquon Barkley for doing a reverse leap.
Yes, it did.
I was in somebody's chat, and I was in SJ's Discord, and I said, because I had it on this TV here,
right?
Because because there's one thing that I hate more than anything else. It's getting the alert on here before the play happens on my big TV. Delay noise the hell out of me.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there, and I said, I didn't spoil it. I just said you got to see this play
Mhm.
because they showed it because we were watching Red Zone on Discord, and I said you got to see this. And they're like, oh my god, you know. And then I said, do you miss him yet? But um, but yeah, so it was but Dallas, he felt it when he ran. I can't even say that I felt it running the tackle, maybe something on the tackle, blah blah blah. It's a physical game. A lot of times you feel different things and they kind of go away. This wasn't going away.
He might have thought that play before, and then it's kind of
Yeah,
like it flared right along. Because that pass, he didn't look well at all when we got to that pass.
probably adrenaline,
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
stop running and stuff like that. And the reason why he left the game was because he asked medical staff whether he can make the injury worse if he continued to play. And he was told he would not be able to protect himself, so he pulled out. So he was pulled in favor of Cooper Rush to start the fourth quarter. Um, and Trey Lance, the legend from North Dakota State, who was a wasted first round pick of the Niners, is the backup.
Wait, right.
So I wonder, do we go for some injuries? Try to hurt Cooper Rush, get Trey in there, and they get him out of the game.
Yeah.
Then you get the emergency quarterback in, which is probably Babe Offenberg.
I remember that day. I remember
Yeah.
that day.
So,
Well, here's a fun fact. You
uh,
know the last time the Eagles won in Dallas?
the Super Bowl year,
Ding, 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 ding,
yeah,
ding, ding, ding,
yeah.
ding.
And most years it's been a split of the season.
Yeah, yeah.
But if he's out, then it's a good chance that the Eagles win. And if they do that,
Mhm.
then they come back here between Christmas and New Year's. Dallas may be completely out of it and be going for a better draft pick.
And then, although I'm thinking the draft is going to help them now. I think they're the only team who, you say they're not my team, except for the Dallas Cowboys. It's the
Well,
difference.
now was it Jerry or was it the head coach that wanted Johnny Football? Was it Jerry?
I think it was Gary.
Okay,
That's
yeah, then
always,
the head coach that
yeah,
talked him out of it.
yeah. That's always Gary.
Yeah, and the field goal is up. It's good. It's 17-10 Tampa Bay.
Still, your line is still good. So,
I didn't put any money on it,
right.
but, So now Dak is out for a few weeks. He probably will not be on the IR. But one guy who is in that 21-day portal, the practice window to return, is CMC.
Hmm.
They officially opened the Niners officially opened that window today.
Okay.
First practice that they had after the bye week, which means he has 3 weeks to be activated from injury reserve to the 53-man roster, and he probably will.
Yeah, you will.
And I think if you do not activate in that 3 week period, he's done for the year.
Oh, they're not.
I think.
Yeah.
And if somebody's watching and they can confirm that and let me know. And if I'm wrong, confirm that I'm an idiot.
You want me to confirm that now or later?
So McCaffrey was on the practice field warming up with his teammates during a roughly 2 minute viewing period open to the media because we can't have media watch the practice. We'll give them this 2 minutes where we won't show them anything. Maybe you know we'll show like new pictures of B. Arthur or something. But
Oh, that's worth 50 seconds.
so they pointed this week as his possible return as he continued through the tendonitis that kept him out of the team's first 8 games. There's been optimism around the team that he would be available Sunday against Tampa Bay as long as the week goes well. Um, Kyle Shanahan suggested before they left for the bye week, and he was put on injury reserve September 14th with tendonitis and a calf injury that began hampering him in early August. McCaffrey went to Germany to meet with a specialist, while the 49ers were in LA to play the Rams on September 22nd. I mean, maybe it's just the state of American medical. I don't know.
Yeah. It could it would be good to see him back playing because you like you said, we don't want anyone to be hurt, and he is a good football player. So
Yeah. Well, we kind of want San Francisco to knock out the Lions,
oh yeah.
and we can knock out the Niners,
Yes. There you go.
and then we can have some debauchery down in down in Vegas, down in New Orleans this year.
Yeah.
Uh, so they're expecting him to return. So, um, and one thing I said this yesterday. I and they're going to show the play here again. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, and for those that have a delay on ESPN or ABC or whatever, he did that reverse leapfrog thing. I mean, if there's one good thing, he didn't get cup checked, so I mean, he did get checked for hemorrhoids,
Yeah.
but that's about it. Um, but CMC returns to practice, and I don't have any. Well, I don't have anything really printed out for this story. I did print it out, but fucking, I'm not grabbing it. Apparently, Joel Embiid got sick of Marcus Hayes. Now, just to give you guys background on this, for those that, well, it ended up as breaking news on ESPN SportsCenter after I went to bed Saturday night, and I went to bed early because I was tired and I wasn't feeling good. Um, Apparently, there have been a couple of articles where Marcus Hayes was bashing Embiid. And you know what? In terms of the basketball aspect, I have no problem with. You're making 50, 60 million, whatever the number is. That's all irrelevant, and it's only going to get higher because the more money that the NBA gets for their TV deals, it's it's going to funnel towards player contracts, and you're going to eventually see 80, 90, $100 million a year because you only have 12 to 15 men to play, where baseball you have to pay a minimum of 26, football you have to pay 53, hockey is in its own little world with their salary cap and everything. So, but you do have and and maybe you should. And I didn't read the articles, but I couldn't find the one that was the smoking gun. And the thing is, when you bring family involved with this,
Yeah.
I have no problem with what Embiid did. Now, Marcus Hayes, just to let you guys know, he is an asshole. I think you agree with me with that, right?
He has tendencies.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So when I heard that the next morning, I was trying to get a couple different things, and I was kind of looking through Philly.com, and I could not find the smoking gun article, so to speak. Because you know how we had the smoking gun article with the LSU women's coach.
Yeah.
I actually read that article because it was actually a free article in Washington Post, I think it was.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can. No, I think I deleted that bookmark. Yeah, I did. And why do I have a bookmark of a Bob Baffert story here?
Bobby B must have been interesting to you or something.
Uh, Probably my fingers not doing what my brain's telling me to do, but I removed it. but I didn't see it. I think it was the Washington Post. Whatever. It's not. It was like it was a smoking gun article. Penguin EC is here. What up, man?
Hey, Franklin, hey, how are you? How are you?
So there was a smoking gun article about Les Miles and the coach Kim Mulkey. I read the article. There was nothing to it, but I mean, there was nothing really salacious about her, the coach.
Mhm.
It was more about him than it was anything else. But I couldn't find the article on Philly.com. Well, I should say Inquirer.com. It used to be Philly.com.
Right.
Um, and he had things to say about his dead brother, which is a no-no.
It is.
And he said stuff about his son too.
That's a big no.
Hmm. So I understand why he did it. You do, you know, probably remember when um, Charlie Manuel tried to start a fight with Howard Eskin years ago?
No.
Okay, well, Howard Eskin said something, and Charlie Manuel,
Mhm.
his his redneck accent or whatever,
Right.
it was starting to turn to English.
Oh wow.
Because we can go outside,
Right.
I mean, he kept saying, we can go outside, we can go outside, we can go outside, you know. But um, but I think there's a time and place, and maybe. And I'm going to say this as well. And this, I don't have insiders. Mike doesn't have any insiders. He might have incisors, as in the teeth, but not insiders, because we're a couple of outsiders.
That's true.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Joel Embiid gets traded. I really would be surprised. But that's just
After
me.
all what you've done for the city,
I know it may be the best thing for him, especially if Marcus Hayes continues to do his stuff. But I didn't find the articles. I don't know word for word what he said, and um, it may be an article like the Washington Post article. At least I think it was the Washington Post, where they were going after Kim Mulkey, and here it was really about Les Miles, um, but it was more about the whole picture, the whole area, because Baton Rouge itself, you have LSU and you have the stadium,
right,
and you've got all the blight around it.
right.
So it wasn't like it was anything about her or anything, but
Mhm.
she took it that way for whatever reason. Um, but a lot of I didn't see the exact words, but some of the stuff are fair. I don't know if I'm going to be playing back to backs again. I don't know about this. I don't know about that, and maybe some of the things he shouldn't have said to the media, but you know a lot of what they did, I mean, you go into that area where you just don't go there.
That's
And when
true.
you bring family involved, yeah.
That's true.
Now, I would say that I would retract it if I could find that article
Mhm.
and read what he actually wrote,
Mhm.
but you just don't go there.
And Marcus Leonard, but he just had this reputation of being an a-hole. So
Yeah. Well, he took over the role from um, um, Bill Conley.
I heard that about him too. Yeah.
Well, I emailed him the one time about because he was saying the designated hitter and all that, and
Uh-huh.
I said, "Well, the thing is, coaches don't want to teach." He said, "Well, maybe the kid." He said to me, and in a reply back,
Mhm.
one of the few times I ever emailed somebody,
Mhm.
he said, "Well, maybe they should learn tennis." I'm like, "Fuck you, fat ass," instead of At least I think I did.
Yeah.
But I'm not. If you really piss me off like that, that's you know, it's rare that I send an email like that to somebody that maybe it's because of this, that, and the other thing. And you give me a reply like that, I will reply back. I don't care.
I
But
understand
it's all right. Now give the ball to Xavier Worthy.
that.
Oh, number 32, Hayes has to poop. You see him running fast,
You think- Mm, mm,
but I don't know what they. I don't know exactly what was said, but it's enough to. I mean, some of the comments I saw because I was trying to skim real fast, I couldn't find it. But you know, it was warranted, even though you're not supposed to do that. It's still warranted. I mean, it was still. Yeah, I support him being there, even though you are making X amount of money. You're making probably 10,000 times what I make in a year.
yeah.
So
Well, it seems like the media feels like they have carte blanche as far as what they're going to say, what they're going to write about, what they're going to ask. But you never cross a line, like you said,
mhm,
where the family's concerned. You don't cross the line. Once you cross that line, the athletes really have a right to just open up a can of whoop ass on you
mhm,
because you crossed the line.
mhm.
Stay in your lane, stay behind the line.
But what other choice do you have? Oh, let me get my lawyer.
Yeah,
This. I mean, this is the old school way we used to do things. We used to beat the shit out of each other, and it was the end of it. Now you beat the shit out of somebody, you get a bullet between your eyes.
right?
But oh, did you see Larry Krasner today on the news?
No, that was what it is.
Yeah, because of the election tomorrow.
So why is Larry in this?
All right, I gotta play it then. Hold on.
Tell me Larry didn't say something stupid.
Well, I can't play it because you won't hear it. But
Okay.
basically, he said to anybody who wants to disrupt this election tomorrow, because everybody will be on guard because of everything,
Right,
how the false accusations and everything of 2020, and even, I mean, I'll even go as far as to say a certain presidential candidate who will not be named,
right,
that rhymes with dump.
right.
Um, Even when he lost the caucus in Iowa in 2016,
Mhm.
he said it was the same thing. It was rigged. So but anyway, so I'm not, I'm an equal opportunity offender. Because you got Dump versus Kamala the Ugandan Giant. So
Well, Larry said something
you remember
yesterday.
you remember Kamala the Ugandan Giant from WWF?
Yeah, I do.
Because you had that look after I said Kamala the
Yeah, I
Ugandan
had to
Giant.
think about it. Oh yeah, I was yeah, I was WWE.
See, that's the thing. I come up with these references, and I know people don't get them. I know it. But like it was weird because it was like days after she pulled out of the 2020 election, all of a sudden Kamala the Ugandan Giant died. But you know, but um, so hopefully, and I haven't seen anything if he apologized or anything. So I don't know if you saw anything today. I didn't see anything today.
I just think
But then
no,
again, the Sixers were on their way to Phoenix today, and I don't know if there was anything at shoot around, or I don't even know if Embiid's on the trip or not.
no, he's not. He didn't.
But,
He didn't. I don't think he was. Sure.
so I'm sure that he's bubble wrapped in Camden, you know, or wherever his apartment is in Center City or wherever. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think because I guess that they flew out yesterday. So since they flew out yesterday, they didn't have a comment on it or anything. So
Right.
uh,
34. You said over 28.
I think it was.
Just a bit.
No, I'm just watching because He's holding his. He did something to his foot or ankle.
Oh,
Ooh, a non-contact injury.
yes, it is. See it?
I don't
Yep, right there.
think he jammed his leg into the turf because you see like the
Mm.
leg giving out. Because that almost looked like it was a knee, even though he was holding his ankle. And we're giving you the. Yeah, that's not good if they're.
Oh no, that's
Very
no,
involved.
that's not good.
Well, he's probably saying, "I'm walking this off, motherfucker."
That right there,
It
yeah.
looked like he looks like a twisted ankle more than anything else. So it looks like more of a roll,
Yeah.
but it looked like a roll that you don't normally see with a rolled ankle. You usually see the ankle roll the other way.
Mhm.
But and guess who's going to save the season for the Chiefs?
Oh,
And I got to play this for the Kansas City Chiefs. Mike doesn't hear the sounds, but he knows exactly what I played. He knows exactly what I played.
yes.
I played the Price is Right music.
Oh, that's funny.
But anyways, but it looks. I mean, to me, and it could be. I mean, it is a non-contact, but it looked like to me. Thankfully, they did replay it, and it wasn't gruesome.
Well, that was the same way.
Well, the
This
thing,
is not contact. You see, by the way, he,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, Deshaun Watson with his no contact Achilles injury, you could see the ripple effect up the calf.
yeah, yeah.
So, but there. I mean, he rolled his ankle, but it's not the way I would expect that ankle to roll.
Yeah. It's kind of like I said, what kind
It rolled inward instead of
of,
outward.
yeah.
So it could be, may even be like the knee and the ankle. But we'll
It
see.
may not be that for the
And
game.
we could also say, well, you won't hear this, but this one from when somebody was telling me they were sick.
Mhm.
Thank. I heard that you were feeling ill. Headache, fever, and a chill. I came to help restore your
Yeah.
clock, 'cause I'm the nurse who likes to.
I know the movie. I know that cracks me up every time. Yeah, I know that one. I know that.
Yeah, so we need to fix this echo issue that I have here because Mike is missing out on some great sound drops, and those that are in Kansas City, but not in Indianapolis, DC, or Philly. We don't say this, but I guarantee Kansas City is saying this.
Yep.
Who the fuck is that guy?
And Penguin is laughing his ass off too because he actually hears it. But Penguin, just to let you know, even if there is an echo here between Mike and myself here, this is something that we are working on. I took some advice from AJ, and I think that it's I. I don't think it's necessarily the computer that he's on. I just think it's because the way that the setup is right now, the microphones are too close to each other. So it's not. I mean, it's a couple of different things there, um, but maybe I gotta. Well, I don't think that will work either, but whatever. But actually, there is one other thing I could try, but it requires putting that camera onto this computer. But no. But um, so Carson Wentz is possibly going into the game. Not Mahomes is having a miracle recovery here. Carson Wentz Carson Wentz went for the helmet. He said, oh, fuck no." And I forget that one meme I used to have with Jason Bateman. you know, the fuck you're not, something like that. But whatever it is. But anyway, so let's get on to Penn State. And as you know, I think even Penguin 18 knows that I am the world's number one Penn State hater. Mike knows this, and he knows that you know, like for example, even though Mike says, what do you want to listen on the radio? I'm like, I don't care, do whatever you want to do. I'm not that picky with radio. You want to listen to sports radio? Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not a regular listener to sports talk radio because it's like and Penguin knows this from Tony Bruno. Let's get this back to the Eagles. I just don't feel like listening to Eagles in the middle of May when the Phillies have a 15-game winning streak.
Yeah.
But but my rule in my house is we do not watch Penn State at all because of the whole Jerry Sandusky thing. I mean, I even threw all my shit out that was Penn State related, even though I wasn't really that much of a Penn State fan. I played the part a little bit. And the one thing that sucked was I had this Penn State sweatshirt, this Nike Penn State sweatshirt. I think I probably got it at Modell's one time. I found out how warm it was. When you're walking to the store and it's 20 degrees out, and I'm like, ain't that fucking cold out. But I threw everything out. I trashed everything with the whole Jerry Sandusky thing, and um, but the thing is, and I think I've said it to you a couple of times, and I'm not afraid of saying this. Never been molested, but I have crossed paths with two or three guys that the one thing I will say is, in high school, even though college, you're a little bit older, a little bit more mature, you can, some of the things you can do with a priest to, you know, get yourself out of that situation, like kick him in the balls, uh, or in the dick. Uh, but the one thing I say is, I've never been molested, thank God. But the one thing I will say is, it could have been me. That's the one thing I always tell people why I do not watch Penn State football is because I cannot support Penn State with basically Joe Paterno being an enabler for Jerry Sandusky, if you think about it, because of the fact that he had his own little office there, even though he was no longer part of the staff, and he got caught, and we know the story, and I personally think Penn State should have gotten the death penalty, even though there was nothing else wrong with the school. I still feel like they should have gotten the death penalty because it was a lack of institutional control that they allowed this in the store, even though it didn't affect the teams. But Penn State showed their true qualities all weekend. They were not happy that the big noon kickoff. They weren't happy that the game was a 12 o'clock game and not a 7 o'clock game. Well, Fox is one of your top networks. I think money wise, I mean, one and two is pretty much interchangeable. It's either Fox or NBC.
It's one or two, yeah.
So they're one and two. I
Right.
think Fox is one, NBC's two. It may be the other way around, and uh, then CBS gets scraps, and then the Big Ten network, which is Fox owned, it gets scraps, and
Right.
then ESPN will get scraps. But the thing is, okay, I get it. You're not happy because it was the whiteout game, otherwise known as the cream of some young guy game. Um, but the thing is, Fox is one of the reasons why you did not get kicked out of the Big Ten. It's why you're still in the Big Ten. It's why you're getting paid all that money for the athletics department. It's why the other schools in the conference are there. So it's the kids don't realize that it's about the money.
It is.
So I mean, one kid had a shirt that said "boycott uh, Big Noon," um, the actual show, and they were on there. And from what I was watching, because I was before you got in here, I was watching the DraftKings Network,
Hmm.
and Stu Gatz has his own football show a couple of nights a week, and much to Kansas City's delight, Carson Wentz is still on the bench. Um, but I really, I mean, oh, the game's not at 7:30, 7 o'clock, whatever. So the whiteout doesn't look as good on TV. Who cares? Don't be as good of a football team. Don't be undefeated when Ohio State is ranked right with you, and you're going to be their primetime game. Also, realize that Fox has their biggest game at noon because CBS and ABC they have their biggest games at 3:30. Well, they also have a 7 o'clock game
Right.
that's 7:30 game that's big as well. But the biggest games are at 3:30.
Yeah.
So Fox wants to get all their viewers onto that game because you're going to get Vanderbilt on ESPN. You're going to get Mississippi State on ESPN2. You're going to have Army on a channel. You know, you're going to have all that. And Leonardo, welcome in. Hope you're having a good night out there. But it just seemed like it was one big Penn State cult after another. And I don't know, I don't know. Yeah, and it was much more than that. Even it's like even I'm going to blend Jason Kelsey in here as well because I did mention the men behaving badly thing. I mean, it's more than men behaving badly. It was also backwards ass Penn State kids behaving badly as well, and I'll get into that other technical as well. Uh, when you look at when you look at Jason Kelsey, he did a spot for College Game Day where he was trying to kick a field goal in Timberlands
Is that what he was doing?
because he said he could kick a field goal in Timberlands. Pat
Right.
McAfee said, "Bring it on."
Right.
Because I think he was on Pat McAfee's show, but I know that Pat McAfee was on Jason's podcast with Travis.
Okay.
So they said, come on over. We'll donate the money to hurricane relief.
Hmm.
And the first one got hooked to the left real bad. Second one got hooked even worse. But he was a straight on kicker too, so that was the other thing. But then again, with Timberlands, I think they're steel tip shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I think I've worn Timberlands once and they were lows and not the actual full boot.
Gotcha.
So that's why I was questioning that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I had the full boot, so it is.
so I think this was afterwards, after he made his spot on College Game Day, trying to kick a field goal. Because what they do, they have a kid kick a field goal, and a couple of weeks ago, kid blew out his knee warming up or some shit. You know. I mean, really weird shit. I think it was in Indiana last week. But um, but the one thing that they did have. And I wish this game was a blowout, by the way, because we're 20 minutes away from the Melbourne Cup. Damn it! But anyways, Jason Kelsey did a spot, and I think it was afterwards. And I'm going to use the word here, and just to let you know, I do not condone the use of this word. Even though I can describe it for one person that used to work at Redacted Company. I think you know who it is. I'll tell you after the show.
Okay.
Um, Somebody who fucked me over royally when I was a clerk, or when I lost that title.
I think I know.
Okay. So, um, So I think it was afterwards because he had his case of garage beer, his microbrew in his hand now. Now I don't know if it was I don't know if it was a prop, it was actually a 12 pack, whatever. But you got a lot of kids there. They're on campus that shouldn't be drinking anyway. Because they're guaranteed they're not 21 unless they're in Western Pennsylvania and they had the best 6 years of their life in third grade. But apparently, um, the the kid um, the kid says trying to find the exact words here. Um, okay, yeah. So somebody was giving Jason Kelsey shit for whatever reason. Whatever. He missed a field goal, whatever it was. I didn't hear it, but I heard what happened, and But the thing is, and I'm going to say it again. I'm only using this word just to quote that kid, that loser from Penn State. At least I think he was from Penn State. He said, word for word, "Hey Kelsey, how does it feel that your brother is a faggot for dating Taylor Swift?" And of course, he's trying to get a viral moment here, so
Yeah.
he's got his phone out as well. Hey, I got to do this because I'm going to be, I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be an influencer. The way it is now with the world, and we talked about a couple weeks ago about Gen Z and shit like that.
Mhm.
You know, trying to make money the easy way, and if they can't do it the way that they want to do it, they'll just quit their jobs and stuff like that. So apparently, Jason Kelsey grabbed the phone, threw it on the ground, and broke it. Another case of fuck around and find out.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was.
So that's why we had Buffalo Wild Wings tonight because we were doing that in support of Jason Kelsey. Now I did see an article that popped up in the New York Post because even though New York Post is right wing, I have the app on my phone for reasons like this when something like this pops up like minutes before the show.
Right.
Apparently, the police are investigating this incident. Um, Penn State Police and Public Safety are investigating the incident between Jason Kelsey and an unidentified fan at State College, and the process is ongoing. Kelsey was seen in a now viral video. I mentioned it. An incident on the University Police Daily Crime Log. I'm going to pull that up here. For that, they listed an incident where an officer observed a visitor damaging personal property at Curtin Road and Commuter Drive, which is right near Beaver Stadium. So, yeah, it's going to. And the incident occurred. Trying to see here. 11. Oh, man, it's going to take me all the way back. Saturday was the 2nd, right?
Saturday.
I don't know if this is. Um, Actually, I can do it like this, dumbass. Because I'm trying to find the incident here on the Daily Crime Log site because they do keep track of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or am I gonna? Okay, so I think here. Well, okay, so I think this is actually earlier than this. They say it occurred on this site here between 12 and 10:23 p.m. when it got reported. So I think somebody probably told him, you should report it to police and blah blah blah. Your phone was broken, or whatever. Visitor reported being physically assaulted by an unknown person. Simple other assault, not aggravated. So I don't know. Let me just see one other thing here. Beaver. Yeah, so it would be that. So I think that's what they were citing there in this article here. So, but several videos that made its way to social media so Jason Kelsey, who had been in State College on Penn State's campus to take part in college game day, walking near Beaver Stadium while a fan walked nearby, shouting his name and trying to get high fives. Things turned when one fan shouted Kelsey, what I said earlier.
Right.
He did a quick about face and confronted the individual and grabbed his phone before he smashed it to the ground. An identified individual then pushed Kelsey as he went to pick it up. And the man who was wearing a Penn State sweatshirt, motherfucker. You're not supposed to throw it to him. You're supposed to throw it to Worthy. Anyway, going back to the story here. The identified individual then pushed Kelsey as he went to pick it up, and the man was wearing a sweatshirt could be heard demanding, "Give me my phone, Kelsey." That's when Kelsey shot back, "Who's the faggot now?" several times before finally walking away from the incident. Um, Crime log lists the possible offenses as criminal mischief and disorderly conduct. I may not be reading the right thing there. Kelsey did address the situation on Monday Night Countdown. He said, "I'm not proud of it." Truthfully, I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN told him to apologize. But I said on X before the show, because I'm trying to show how much I hate Penn State.
Mhm.
I said, and I'm not going to play the sound on this, so you can go find this later. You can find my comment here and give me shit for it. I don't care. Let me share my screen again. My opinion, as I pull it up here, add the scene, do that. I'm going to zoom in on this for those that can't see it. Like Mike, because of the website that we use to stream out on. I think I zoomed something else, but I said he shouldn't have to apologize because of the ignorant Penn State fans. Of course, I didn't get anything that I was hoping I'd get some comments here, but he didn't. So I think I assumed the wrong thing here. Damn it! I have so many different tabs here. So then John Marks, who is with Philly. Let's see.
What, John Marks used to be with WSB?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So John Marks said, Kelsey has to realize that his profile is bigger than it ever was as a player. Uh, he's making big money across multiple platforms, and his brother might marry the biggest pop star ever. He can't be spiking people's phones. He needs security to deal with that shit. Truthfully, he's just trying to go from point A to point B, and he doesn't necessarily need security.
No.
I mean, but the thing is, like I've said about people that, like I used to have with the WNBA players, some athletes just do not blend in, whether it's Brittany Griner at 6'8", or you have a Jason Kelsey who has a signature beard. I mean, Brandon Marsh wouldn't blend in unless you have Forrest Gump next to him when he was running cross country. Other than that, you're not going to blend in. So that's the one thing I would say is, you're not going to blend in. Probably. I mean, should he have tried to refrain as much as possible? Yeah, but when you're dealing with stuff like that, there's certain magic words that put you over the edge, and that's one of the words. And family, He did what he had to do. And I had no issue with it.
He didn't hit the guy. He could have did that, but he trained. He took the guy's phone. He smashed the phone. It's about security. That's it.
Well, the only thing I would have done if I was in Jason Kelsey's class of media now, I would say, I'll buy him a new phone. Other than that, he can go fuck himself.
That probably would be the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if he had an Android,
Mhm.
he should smash it because he's using an Android. Because I'm an iPhone guy. Thanks. So, 3 minutes left in the game, which means that the final 2 minutes will take about 3 hours.
Yep.
I did see this today. We said we may talk about it, we may not talk about it, but did I share it on Facebook? No, I didn't share it. Damn it. But there is one other news story here that I'm going to mention here that I didn't say we're going to talk about, but the Athletics announced a few changes today. Although they will play at Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento, they will not have a city name attached to their team. The A's designation has also changed from OAK to ATH for athletics. That is from MLB on Fox.
Hmm. They don't be associated with the city?
Well, it's just a stopover.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, the thing is with Oakland, they're the first team that does not have a major league ready ballpark to play in. Because all the other moves throughout MLB,
Mhm.
Since even the early 1900s, they had another major league ballpark waiting for them.
Right.
I mean, even when Montreal went to DC, they had a stadium that they could play in short term
Right.
in RFK. But there's nothing in Vegas because it is a minor league town, or was a minor league town, I should say. And the only other place that could have been potentially major league would be Allegiant Field, and they didn't do anything for baseball. They didn't put anything there. They're not going to put the money in for renovations for that already.
That's true.
I mean, now I bet you didn't know this.
What's that?
The University of Minnesota,
Yeah.
their baseball team,
Hmm.
when the Metrodome was still around, they played their college games in the Metrodome.
Oh, they did?
Hmm.
The Gophers?
Hmm.
I did not know that.
I saw last year that Minnesota's baseball team plays at US Bank Field.
Really?
Hmm.
Someplace to play. Okay.
Especially when it's cold, when
Right.
it's too cold to play outside.
Right.
The stadium is set up where they could play there. So let's say the Minnesota Twins. I don't even know if they have a. I don't even know if they start the season at home or not. I know that they. I know that they actually end the season in Philadelphia this year and next year.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So, but they have. If I think even if the Minnesota Twins had to play there in a dire emergency,
Mhm.
they could move short term to US Bank.
Hmm. They could do that. Like I said, it would be short term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one other thing that we saw here, and I apparently I didn't share it, but I did mention it to Mike before the show. Um, Rumors are going around that the Phillies are looking to trade potentially Bob Nightingale from USA Today. I'm going to see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find the article here because they Nightingale Phillies. Here it is. Here's the article.
Okay.
Actually, that's not the article, but it leads me to it because he linked it. Um, Here it is. The Phillies can't believe they don't have a ring in the Bryce Harper era after not going the door the last few years. They're willing to make a huge move to change their fate. Dave Dombrowski has not internally discussed pursuing Juan Soto, um, but uh, with his staff is painfully aware that they need to shake up their lineup. Simply, scouts say they're just too easy to pitch to come crunch time with their big swingers and contact challenge hitters. If someone needs a slugger like Nick Castellanos
Mhm.
or outfield help in Brandon Marsh or third baseman Alec Bohm, the Phillies are listening.
Hmm.
But don't believe for a second the Phillies won't keep spending, even if it means going beyond the third luxury tax threshold of $281 million. Owner John Middleton said, I want my fucking trophy back. I mean, he said, for the right player, I have a high degree of confidence that Dave and I will go over the third limit.
I kind of disagree with Al Long being included in that.
Well, you can trade him to Boston. You can be with his girlfriend, Kate Dolan, if they're still together.
I can see Schwarber leaving.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that too. I mean, my thinking was Schwarber has 1 year left.
Right,
Castellanos has two.
right.
And I had to check that a couple of weeks ago because I was like, well, I know they signed like one day after each other, and it's like, well, which one had the 4 year deal? Which one had the 5 year deal? Schwarber has an expiring contract, so that's why I said, I would trade him because not only that,
Hmm.
you don't have one person doing all of the, you don't have one person doing all of the designated hitting
Hmm.
because the way that I would do it, I would prefer that would be alternated between Castellanos if he was still here, Harper, JT, Bohm if he's still here.
Right,
You know, not necessarily one person, but you can give somebody a break from the field and still deal with the hitting.
right.
But you may get a guy that you may find out really sucks ass as the hitter. You can't do it, but that's why you do that early in the year because I think they were going to do that in 2022.
Hmm.
It's just that Harper blew out his elbow,
Yeah.
and that was the end of it. But you know, I think the one thing is if Dave Dombrowski does do this, he won't do what Ruben Amaro did, which was keep players a little too long, and the next thing you know,
Yeah.
you can't trade them because it's either 10-5, or they're not tradable because nobody wants them, or both.
Right.
Like for example, Jimmy Rollins had 10-5, he had 10-10,
Hmm.
but they said, hey, you got all the records now. Where do you want to go? Okay, here, here, and here, probably. Okay, what about the Dodgers? Yeah, I'll go. Bye.
Yeah, he did.
So, but I just think that if you want to keep the window open, I will argue that the window is still open. It's just not as wide open as it was in last year, or last year's in 23, this year's in 24,
Right.
since we're still living in 24.
Right.
Even though we could say last year meeting the last baseball season, 23, 22. 22, we didn't realize it was open until they got in.
Sure did.
And last year was open,
Hmm.
and then it got shut on by the Diamondbacks.
Yep.
Thankfully, Penguin AZ is not here because he would be giving me shit. Um,
Yeah.
but and hopefully I didn't poke the bear and wake him up or anything. But also, 24, you have to realize that they're too easy to pitch to, and you got to get a couple of those contact hitters. I mean, I'm okay with Schwarber being the leadoff guy because, well, first of all, I said this when I was at that get together with my high school classmates
Mhm.
a couple weeks ago. And he's a writer for on Pattison now. Used to be for um, Crossing Broad. I said, I want your opinion, and if you think I'm totally wrong, tell me. I don't care. After the first go round, does it really matter what the batting order is, other than making sure you get up in the right spot so you don't hit out of order? Totally right. I'm like, thank you. All I need to know. Because after that first at bat, it doesn't really matter. But and the other thing that annoys me is when you have a slow ass catcher as the nine hitter. Because if you have a guy who steals bases at one, which obviously Schwarber isn't,
Right.
he's on there so that he can either get a home run. Oh, you know what? We have to change this. Sorry, Mike.
That's okay.
I mean, I could put it on my phone, but you're interested in my. I moved it over, didn't I? God damn it. Or did I even? I didn't even put it on here?
I thought you did.
No, I put it on there, but it wasn't. Well, there's still. 'Cause they're starting to load in the gate on the TV in the living room, so I don't know which is slower. Fox Sports. 'Cause I did download it.
You did.
And the reason why we're doing this, everybody, is the Melbourne Cup, the race that stops the nation, is on, and I got the 15 right now, which is 9-1. The favorite is the one at 7-2. What the fuck? And I know this is great podcasting, everybody. I do apologize. And it totally throws the fuck up on me.
Yes, it did.
Whoops.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah. But when I did it, it turned off the other TV as well.
Oh, okay.
So for whatever reason, apps. Oh, God damn it. All right. I'm going to. Wait. I have to get up, people, so excuse me for 1 second. I have to get up because it's not going to be hitting both. So. We're going to watch on the other TV.
Oh.
So we're actually watching the Melbourne Cup here, and the plan was. They're still not. You know what it is? I don't know. Yeah, they're racing now, but the thing is, they can't show it on TG, aka Fatal TV, so they're showing it live on regular FS2, which is why I was downloading the app.
Right.
So, and you know, because you have 23 horses in the field like this, there's no way of telling what these horses are for the most part because of the fact that they don't use the colored saddle cows like we do in the United States. So I'll put the football back on for Mike, for his shits and giggles. You get to see my gut.
Whoa! Okay.
It's not as big as it used to be.
That's what she said. Anyway.
But this is a 3,200-meter race. They say it's 2 miles, but they
It's like a mile.
but
It's like a mile and a quarter.
add 6 more furlongs to that.
Gotcha.
Add another 3/4 of a mile to that.
Gotcha.
Hey, if Tampa Bay scores a touchdown here and ties the game, maybe I can still hit that touchdown.
You might.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can tell that we've gone completely off the rails because we're watching football and horse racing at the same time. But, you know, we're under 1,000 meters left, so a little under 5 furlongs. No clue who's winning.
So 30 seconds, now they put 3 more on, so 33 seconds. Yeah, they had a chance.
And I hope I'm picking up on here. Yeah, I am. I can tell because the microphone's bouncing up and down with the icon. 600 meters to go. Trying to see who's winning. It's 14 to 12, and there's a photo. The inside horse won.
That's a
It was the 11 that won.
Okay. Go for 20 or tie.
I would go for it only because they're on the road.
Right.
But anyway, so now you know why this is not going to make it to the audio podcast. Because we went off into so 11 won by a half a head or a little bit more than a nose. Let me see here. So it was 11-4. I mean, I agree with Troy Aikman there. I would have gone for 2. The only reason why I would go for 2 is because of the fact that you have 11, 4, 12, 11, 4, 12, 14. So, oh, you're not going to believe this.
What?
Take a guess what the odds are.
25 1.
No.
31?
Well, first of all, it was the 13 I had, not the 15.
Right. What was that?
99 to 1.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Verse was fall. That's the night.
But my horse was 7 to 1. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I mean, but the thing is, with a race like that,
Mhm.
there is no way you can tell where your horse is unless you really know where your horse is. So,
Right.
but yeah, 11, 4, 12, 14.
The drive will start at the 30. Monday Night Postgame presented by
There was 17 up there.
on ESPN.
I'm just looking to see where the fuck my 13 was. There was a 9.
18 game-winning drives
There was an 8.
or overtime two this season for Patrick Mahomes. 3 timeouts.
But all right, so let me see one thing here. So there was $25,000 in the superfecta pool. I am going to predict, and this is probably not going to be known until after we cut the stream for tonight. I guarantee you this is going to be at least 2 alls in the superfecta with a 99 to 1 shot winning.
Hmm.
And
That they would then need to get to, which is 15, 16 yards.
this was the second longest shot on the board.
At least put themselves in a position to give him an opportunity.
It only had $698 in the pool, in the win pool here in North America.
Oh, wow.
Banked it in off the upright. And you know,
So
still have 2 timeouts in their pocket. I mean, 19 seconds, that's a lot of time.
yeah, but if you had that 11,
Mhm.
first of all, what the hell were you thinking? I'm guessing it's because of the name. But but the thing is with Australian racing, you got to wait like 25 minutes until the race is official.
Gotcha.
But yeah, going back to what I was saying about the Phillies here, I don't have a problem. As long as you can get somebody who can fill in those missing pieces and help the team out, I'm all for it. But so I lost another $10. I lost $10 this afternoon, and I lost $10 more tonight. And for some reason, I got to figure out why my Fox. Whoa. And I have to figure out why Fox isn't coming up on the app. The app on the smart TV there doesn't
Mhm.
pick up for whatever reason. But maybe I just didn't install it. I don't know. But anyway, so let me see here.
Now, because of that incompletion, it's 4th down and 1. They can't go for it now. And the punt, which will, barring the ruling from Trey Palmer,
Yeah, nobody worth it. So that's going to be it for tonight. So, Mike, thank you once again.
You're welcome. Yeah.
And I think we're going to watch overtime here. And we'll call it, at least call the night on here. And I can bitch about not messing up and playing the 11 instead of the 13. But, oh well. So I'll be back tomorrow flying solo. I will be nice and rested because I have a day tomorrow. Won't say why, but I'm not going to incriminate myself either. So
There you go.
that's it for now, Mike. Thank you once again,
You're
and
welcome.
thank you for joining me. Everybody joining me. We had Leonardo Mendez on YouTube, Penguin AZ, a regular on YouTube, Voltaire, a regular who is on uh, Twitch, and Pat was on YouTube as well. So we were talking about Disney horses and and
Beer.
getting them, going to get ourselves in trouble because she was leaving and stuff like that.
All right.
Anyway, that's it now. So we're going to watch overtime here by ourselves, and we'll I'll do it again live tomorrow night at 9 o'clock here on Twitch, YouTube, and X. So have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow.